Hey everybody, so I have my patient here, Miss Maggie. We're gonna teach you guys how to do a squat pivot transfer. All right, I already have the wheelchair over here. With any transfer, when you're doing a squat pivot or a stand pivot, you want the wheelchair to be really close to the patient in the bed. Leg rests are already removed, brakes are already locked, so we don't have to account for that. But something we do want to account for when you're doing a squat pivot transfer is you want to remove the armrest that is closest to the patient. Now they want to leave the other side on, so it's there to help them with their balance or for reaching if needed. So for a squat pivot, this is for a patient who needs quite a bit more help. So you're not going to be doing a full standing, so you're going to be doing a lot of the work to help get them over. We already also have the gait belt on, so we're already all set for that. So I have the wheelchair in a good place, ready to go. Something we want to consider is we want to make sure the patient is scooted forward. She's in a pretty good spot, so we're good to go in that regard. Another thing is we can have her kind of bring her pelvis over, so just get forward just a little bit in this regard. If you had a sheet, you can help to rotate the pelvis a little bit like that. So when we're doing a transfer, you want to think about your feet placement. So we're going to have her feet come out, kind of pointing away from the direction of the wheelchair, so that it's going in the direction that her hips are going to help us get in a good position. We're going to talk our patients through how to do it. So we're going to have our patient lean forward. There's two different ways. I'm going to show it each way depending on going to the chair or back. But one way you can do it is you can get in front of the patient. So you're going to come underneath. They're going to be staying upright in this regard. You still want to have their head-hip relationship, so having their head go in the opposite direction of their hips to help with the movement. So with this, you are going to stagger in with the patient. You're going to have your leg out. So we're going to have our patient lean forward. You can go ahead and put your arms over my shoulders, just not around my neck. And we're going to pivot forward, okay? 1, 2, and 3. And then help them get over, just like that. Another way you can do it, same thing as before. You're going to get your feet placed. So we're going to have it facing in the opposite direction. So with this, I'm going to have the patient lean into my hip. So I have my outer foot is going to be in between her 2 feet, so I can provide a blocking support from her knee. You can also have it on the outside. I'm shorter, so I like it better on the inside. And then my inside leg, the one that's next to the bed, is going to be my wide stance going back. There's other variations you can do, but we're going to show you the staggered stance in this regard. So with this, you want to make sure you're still in a good placement. So patient's going to have that head-hip relationship, so head's going to go in the opposite direction of the hip. So she's going to come and lean into my hip. You can keep your arms crossed and your arms like that. Good. All right, so you can see my wide stance, and then we're going to pivot over. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then once you get your patient out, making sure you still have a good hold of them. All right, so that's 2 different variations of a squat pivot.